And there's just a lot to be understood in the world if we could just dedicate that attention. And it's really sad that our attention these days are often commodified or relegated to profit, which is something for me to reflect on as we head back to the city.
It's harder when we're in the city because there's always the hum. It's like frenetic or something that didn't feel grounded.
I was like, I can't feel my heart open in the same way that I can feel my intellect energy open, which is of course why we're in this fucking crisis. But
I do feel the transition as soon as I get onto the ferry and the experience that brings me here. I am feeling immense amount of gratitude after my second portaling to Governor's Island.
Yeah, just like having just walked by and then joined this group and then felt connected with this group was really powerful.
Vibration that also then, I think, resonated throughout my entire body. I even felt the slight movements of the molecules in my toes to like the tip of my head.
And I had to put movement together with it, or that's what I felt called to do. It was always moving the body and the feelings that would come from that, the sound would come.
Ground into my body of like the sort of storm, I think, that we're trying to manage in our bodies oftentimes.
I'm in so much pain. Little parts of my body that I've been neglecting.
Humming is really helpful for regulating the vagus nerve and turning on the like rest and digest part of our body that we don't commonly tap into.
And connecting my body that needs to heal and self-heal to that nurturance.
There was something therapeutic about it, to not only think about my internal organs but also like interconnections.
That it's grounding with the environment but also yourself, I would say.
Not trying to control things, just letting things flow.
And I just imagined all of Earth collectively humming and vibrating together, like the celebration of how far we've made it, and by we I mean collective of humanity. And
I think I just need to do it more to not be in pain.
And I felt the vibration though reach my back, and through that I was reminded of all the things that came before me. I can imagine, in some capacity, in different variations, my ancestors doing as well.
with all the politics of what it means to be like a settler here.
That kind of feeling of the people that were here before carried wisdom, intelligence, and all these other ways, and were like really smart.
Especially when we all started humming and we instinctively matched each other's pitches, which just like caught me off guard, because I would have assumed we would just hummed whatever vibration was inside you, but we actually kind of built off of each other there. So it was a very like unifying thing.
The question, like, are we all connected?
The experience of being human is just a big response and collaboration with everything in our environment.
The sounds that we put out and the importance of doing that the same way that we have the environment all around us feeding into what we perceive, and that idea of contributing back or participating in that
I heard like this frequency of an imprinted mechanical and connecting to the frequencies of the color. They're like these beautiful ochre yellows mixed with these much more like suited, almost grays that's in the soil chromatogram that I was holding.
So I'm so connected to the energy of the earth, and that makes me powerful.
When I consider our intelligence, I haven't often included intelligence that doesn't belong to humans, and I suppose that's the flaw.
The earth was telling me that is based on separation, and I needed to stay in connection, hear all the emotions, including from the earth.
When I opened my eyes and I like really felt the tree.
Singing with the leaves, mainly, I really like they're like a full chorus, each other, and how spontaneous.
The soil has a memory, and as is like the landscape, we can read it and see what has transpired in that way.
To me, it felt like a symphony, like a storm. Like I felt like I was in the ocean and on water, not on land, but not in like a disturbing way.
Every time, like when you bring the food, it tastes so much like what it is. Like I am so aware of the flavor.
And I haven't been really enjoying food recently, but I enjoyed the food that we shared with the group. Everything tasted good, and because sharing it with people too.
When I was opening the eyes, the clouds and the trees, and there that moment that you don't need to find the meaning, they all tell you that everything's okay. Just appreciate that moment.
I'm noticing myself noticing things more.
There was something about the mixture of our voices in a hum, in harmony, with the sound of the wind and the trees blowing that felt very connected.
I felt so calm and grateful.
I feel like I'm doing us a disservice if I don't treat the world around me as intelligent.
I love the thoughts that I get right after the meditation.
And I do love the sentiment of if we can become more intimate with nature, then maybe we'll treat it better.
In